Okay, so this will be the start of this series. 81 lemans, 4-door. It's hard to tell. I just cleaned it off. I think it's my 72 Grand Prix and my son. Oh, it's my 76 Ford F-250. Yeah, 81 lemans, 4-door. The body on this thing, the body and paint are mint. I mean, it was a repaint. I'm sure some parts could be lined up a little bit better, but it's a nice looking car. Somebody did some cheesy ass exhaust work to it. It's got knockoff rally ones, which will actually look nice. 4-door, whatever. I bought it. It's warming up now. I bought it knowing that it has a 231 V6 Buick, which they made like 26 million of these motors, with a knock. I like it. I don't care if it's a 4-door. It's a nice looking car. I always like that 5th gen Le Mans front end. That the two headlights always look better to me than the 78, 79, and 80. It runs and drives. It's gotten absolutely no power. They never really did. Just about to check the timing. Somebody took some shit off, but you can hear it. I'll rev it up. Usually when it's warm it knocks, but listen. Oh. You hear that? Okay, it didn't want to do that. It might be out of gas. But it has a nice chrome air cleaner, chrome alternator. Anyway, it's gonna be getting a 77, 78 Pontiac 400. It's a 577 400 motor. Pontiac guys will know what that is. I took my 72 Grand Prix when I got this, which also pretty clean. The frame is mint. No rot under the floorboards or anything. The only rot was around the trim, and I think the original owner tried Bondoing it. I just cleaned it off and sprayed it. This had a 350 in it, a 74 350 with 4.6 heads. A big valve screw-in stud, 4.6 heads, 74 350. I was going to rebuild that for this 81. Took it to the machine shop. He started looking into getting pistons. I was going to bump it's getting 670 heads, so the compression is going to be up there. Didn't want a crazy build. He said he had the 400 laying around the shop that he picked up from somewhere. So we're going with that. The 350's in my garage now, apart. I also have a 73 400 4X heads. I don't know if I think they're 4X3H maybe. Anyway, they're 400 4X heads. And I also have a 1970 400 with 1.3 heads that are going to go in the Grand Prix eventually. Turbo 400 has been a street strip rebuild for the Grand Prix. Has already been rebuilt by Dynamic Racing Trans. A street strip Turbo 350 was already rebuilt by Dynamic Racing Trans for this 81 Le Mans, which was going to be a 350 350. It's going to be a 400 350. That tranny's going to hold it. And we'll work on the lame ass rear end. I got an AC delete kit. So all this crap is going bye-bye. I'm not going to need it. And I forgot about these things. And it actually, I mean, it really is clean. The paint is, it's hard to see. It's a gray day. But it's really clean. I forgot about these rear windows on these 4-doors. On these G-bodies, they don't roll down. They just have that little splitter. Oh well. I think my son and daughter are going to end up driving this, but yeah, it fires up. It runs, drives. Somebody thought it was 61,000 original miles. I don't think so. The guy that bought this in 92 or something bought it with like 55,000 miles. So it's definitely 100 and something. But I mean, it's the freaking thing is solid. I can't open the back doors, but it's solid. Somebody put, like I said, a Y pipe with these stupid pipes sticking out. I'm surprised those haven't been taken off yet. Me and my son laugh at them. I mean, if they stuck out any further, they'd be ripping chunks out of people's legs. But yeah, I'm gonna have fun. It's gonna be it's not gonna be built. It's gonna have a nice lumpy cam in it, and it's gonna be like it's gonna be street. Might be a little sleeper someday. Who knows? Entertaining going with the Holly Sniper on it also. EFI. My truck. I like old stuff. My newest car is a 98. That's a Lincoln. That thing is comfortable. Truck is a 76 with a 390. There's a story behind that. This is the way I got it. It's got some rot. The bed is kind of rough. The doors are rough.
It's a farm truck.
It's got a couple holes in the floors. Not bad. The cab mounts are still fine. 390 C6 two-wheel drive farm truck. I'm driving it. I'm just driving it. The story was it thought it had a bent valve. It ran. The guy got it. The guy I bought it from is really cool. He's a great guy. I kind of feel bad. I bought it from him and he did a little work to it. I'll hit on that real quick. But here's the Grand Prix. I picked up fenders and a header panel for a song. They got everything cheap. Really good price right here in Connecticut. Like I got 4 front fenders, 2 header panels, inner wheel wells, and in the rear I actually got cut out 4 inches above sections of another Grand Prix, which will probably be used at some point. But like I said, the rockers, the floorboards, the frame are solid. They're not, clean. You can't eat off them, but they are solid. There's no rot. The truck. Guy had it. Put it on Marketplace. I ended up in this guy's shop. I'm a union iron worker. He's a non-union iron worker, which doesn't mean shit. This guy is cool as fuck. I ended up in a shop talking to the guy for like 4 hours, bullshitting about women, cars, welding, ironwork, trucks, motorcycles. He's in the Harleys. I'm in the Harleys. I got a 89 FXR. The truck had a pop through the carb. He thought it had a bad valve. It's a 76. 390s are prone for cracking valves and all that stuff. So we looked at it. He popped the hood in his shop, and we're looking at it. We both looked down, and here's a spark jumping from the coil wire to the connector, the cap that connects over the factory coil on these Fords. There's actually a video, I believe, of this truck running with a different coil. So anyway, we look at it, and he looks at me, and he says, "I think that's my bad valve." I said, "Yeah, that's a possibility." Mind the video here. I go, "Yeah, that's a possibility." So I bought it. I bring it home, as you can see right here. He did a couple of new things. I got a power steering pump from my buddy Mike. HEI distributor for Ford. Great. My buddy bought one, had a problem with it after like 800 miles. To put a water pump in it. Master cylinder. I did the front brake, rotors, calipers, brakes. Threw my Edelbrock on it. Had a Holly on it. That was a little sketchy. underpowered. I just threw a carb that I'm familiar with that I had running on something. The air cleaner sucks. So anyway, I had a skip from that spark jumping. So I bought it. I put a new connector for the coil on it. And it, I don't sound like that guy that we were making fun of, do we? Do I? My son.
I mean, at least you know the words.
Right.